Yep. And all right.
Okay, we have Greg on the left with lands, and on the right we have mono black. That would be Steven. Hypnotic Spectre playmat ready to go.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad they're coming back. I'm going to search for a basic swamp and then I'll pass. Yeah. I think this is going to get a really...
Maybe we'll get live totals up here. Not sure if there'll be a phone.
I'm going to keep. I'll try this one here.
Okay, Steven is on the play. Both players have kept 7. We're going to start off with Grief. Pitching.
One more for the road, I guess.
Pitching Thoughtseize. The hand gets revealed. Needle, Crop Rotation, Wasteland, Urza Saga, Ancient Tomb, another Urza Saga, Bajuka Bog is what I see. Most likely we're taking Crop Rotation here, yep. And then Reanimating Grief, taking the Pithing Needle.
Got it. You get all your lands.
So an early scam here in game 1. But the lands deck tends to not be too worried about scam. I mean, you know, Greg's hand is pretty good right now still. Urza Saga into Ancient Tomb, not too bad. There's Urza Saga as a turn 1 play, and a Mox Diamond, discarding Wasteland. Wasteland unlikely to be super relevant in this matchup.
Swing. Go ahead. I scanned too hard. You did.
Okay, so now Greg will have an opportunity here to play a land that is not Ancient Tomb, thanks to the Mox Diamond. It will be Yavimaya, and can start pumping out constructs. And the constructs will win the race against Grief, so we'll see how this plays out.
Play a Kathy. It's pretty good.
Dorothy Voidwalker, not too bad. It's good against Life from the Loam. And, okay, made a construct on end step. The wrong construct token. We'll just put that in the notes. Now, before Chapter 3, what are we doing? Looks like we're making a second construct and going to pop Urza Saga now. Dorothy Voidwalker pointed out here. It gets a void counter, and Greg will search. So no threat of opposition agent. Not this time. It will be Expedition Map.
Trigger the initiative. I'll make it a little side live.
Ready?
Pass. Yeah.
One for Chernobyl Saga.
Playing a second copy of Urza Saga. No attacks there with the construct. It was a 4/4 construct. Gonna keep them back to block Grief, I guess? I mean...
K1. Yep. Swing 6.
Okay, Abrupt Decay takes out a construct. Yes, they can tap for green, thanks to Yavimaya. Greg will take 6, dropping down to 8. So the plan of not attacking didn't go so well, I guess. Abrupt Decay, Urza Saga ticks up to 2. Abrupt Decay took out a construct. Can start making more constructs now. Currently 3 artifacts on the battlefield. One of them is Expedition Map, which could be sacked to look for something interesting. Like, well, okay, Thespian Stage just hit, so it could be Dark Depths.
That's fine. Trigger the initiative. I'm going to draw a card.
Could also potentially see the Tabernacle at Pendrell Vale, Mazavith. I don't think Glacial Chasm will be in the deck. I don't think we even want that right now.
Yes, Alex.
Swing both. Make construct. Response. Decay that one.
Okay, an Abrupt Decay on the construct that was already in play in response to the creation of a new one. Greg will take 6, drop to 2.
Trigger the initiative. I'll reveal.
Yep. Dorothy Voidwalker has Shadow. Urza Saga ticks up to 3.
Yeah, I'm just ready while we spam it. And I had another initiative creature in my hand.
You're a tough one, right? Yep. Yeah, I gotta make a construct.
Do with me as you will.
Okay. Popping a second copy of Urza Saga here. Going to search. What do we find this time? As DJ Fluffy Toon arrives.
Rewood, yeah, it actually was a liability.
Shadow Spear, not the worst. Could help the situation. The constructs are now 5/5s. Equipped with Shadow Spear, that would be 6/6 lifelink. Steven is tapped out.
Ancient Tomb.
Yep.
Ancient Tomb can't be tapped now. Greg scoops it up. Okay, so Steven gets game 1. All right. That card Abrupt Decay is pretty good.
Bad vibes, yeah. That vibe.
Drawing up hands here for game 2. Doing some shuffling, actually. Before drawing up hands. Looks like Greg has already presented the deck.
With the pitch elementals?
Pitch Elementals, Saga, Ragavan, Murktide, Deers, Jesus. On and on and on.
Yeah, I'm with it's Jay Liddy on this. Should have been attacking with the constructs. I think there was a very real race there, and the first Urza Saga maybe should have found Shadow Spear. I'm not sure. Not sure how that would have worked out.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Keep.
1-5.
Okay, so Greg has kept 7. Let's see what Steven does.
I'll try this.
I'll keep.
Go.
Turn 1, Elvish Reclaimer. Okay. No turn 1 scam this time, just a basic swamp pass. Urza Saga comes back in.
Yep.
Swamp. Go ahead.
Okay, much slower start for Steven this time. Here's Ancient Tomb. Urza Saga will tick up to 2, so can now start making some constructs. Reclaimer will attack.
Go ahead.
Scary.
Harvester him.
Very complex.
-2, -2. Yeah.
You're at 17, right?
Yep. Attack.
Okay, that was a Harvester of Misery, killing Elvish Reclaimer. Get the text for that up on the screen. I feel like I'm a Harvester of Misery. Okay, Magus to the Moon. Okay, I did not expect that one.
In response.
Yeah.
Go to 18.
Making a construct in response before Urza Saga dies. Okay, crop rotation also in response. Finding Dark Depths. Okay. Okay. This got interesting.
Magus. Yep. Trigger. Take 4.
All right, so with the killing of Magus in the Moon, Greg gets a Merit Lage, attacks with it, and the game ends. Well, that was an interesting game, too. Let's see how game 3 plays out.
I'll keep.
That was a wild one. It's your turn.
Oops.
So now Greg will be on the play. I'm not sure what's happening here. I mean, now Steven will be on the play. Sorry. One card on the bottom. Okay. Multi-6. Cracking a Bloodstained Mire. Basic Swamp. Okay.
Go.
Also, the hero gets $20, not the shop.
Yeah, we haven't seen any of the Monty Python cards on stream yet. It really is a shame that nobody is respecting the newest version rule. Thoughtseize, Ramanop Excavator, Mox Diamond, Expiration, Dismember, Soul Guy Lantern. I believe that's Beseju Who Endures and a Thespian Stage. I would guess Exploration is the take here.
Okay.
Alright, you gotta get rid of all the adventure cards. Give me your adventure cards, please, and thank you.
And I'll use the floating mana. Just save us a minute.
Oh,
Untap it, just
Six mana.
Steven trying to think about what to take here. It's got to be Exploration, I think.
Take the Dismember. Sure.
Okay, going for Dismember.
alright, give me all your hero items.
Place.
You guys are gonna play tap, right? Yeah, alright.
This is tap because I used it.
Yeah. I was making sure. Yeah.
Okay, stage, Mox Diamond, discard Beseju, Exploration, play Maze of Ith. Alright. And then Soul Guy Lantern.
Where did you put it?
Exiling Thoughtseize from the graveyard. Ramanop Excavator, their last remaining card in Greg's hand.
Draw.
Okay, and now
Still your turn.
Yeah.
Second main.
Can I just use energy to destroy it?
Cycle Troll.
Sure.
Okay, cycling Troll of Khazad-dûm. With a Maze of Ith on the battlefield, reanimating this is not very exciting. There's also a Soul Guy Lantern on the battlefield, but let's just say Greg chooses not to do it. And Troll enters. Not very exciting. Here's Bayou. So Steven, as you can tell from watching this match, playing mono black in Spirit, but there are some splashes here of both green and red. We saw Magus of the Moon, Abrupt Decay. Looked for a Bayou this time with the Swamp Cycle. Looks like it's been played. Not sure what other green cards are in the deck. As you can see from Steven's playmat, very much dedicated to the mono black lifestyle, I would say. Grief pitching Grief. No, Grief pitching Dothy Voidwalker, excuse me. So Grief will go to the graveyard. Ramanop Excavator will join. Pass the turn.
Yep.
Nurturing Peatland.
But let's say the item sells for $5, you take up
Yeah, I think I just cycled this.
Okay.
Go.
Sacks it to draw a card. Finds a Ghost Corner? Okay.
Need a dry rubber.
This for you. Take my turn.
Yeah.
Null Rod, not too bad. All right, popping the Soul Guy Lantern in response. Heads up there. Pass the turn.
It's not fun.
Okay, there's Shadow Spear. It cannot equip.
Got it. Super.
Usually you have one land on God, right?
One line on my
Alex, remember you gotta put it.
Okay, Orcish Bowmaster flashes in. Deal 1 damage to Greg.
Tap. Capcom. Swing.
18 Bowmasters. Sure.
Okay.
I'll just pass.
Well, Steven has a very slow clock of this Bowmaster and Orc army up against a Maze of Ith. Wasteland on Bayou.
16.
Is that Orc army token in a top loader, Chad? How do we feel about that?
Exile.
Yeah. Swing. Yep. Okay.
Cards on?
3.
3 cards in Steven's hand. Ancient Tomb for Greg, who can potentially... I mean, there's a lot of different things that can happen here. There's the possibility of making a Merit Layer. There's the possibility of just finding a Reclaimer, slowing down the offense completely. Okay, it looks like Thespian Stage has become a copy of Maze of Ith now.
Draw.
See what we have here.
Wasteland, go.
Tap.
Okay, another Wasteland for Greg.
Here. Thank you. Cycle Troll. Sure.
Cycling Troll of Khazad-dûm on end step.
Swamp.
Yep.
Take 3. 7.
Brendan, you're putting all the cards in storage right now. Doesn't matter. You do it. You want to go
Tap.
faster? Do it all at the same time.
Draw.
Another one. Draw. Oh, I need Rogue. I know Docky.
Yeah, I'll swing. Tap.
Okay, both Mazes of Ith. One of them is a copy used here to hold off the attackers and then just passing the turn. So not much action from Steven right now. Greg playing some defense, building up resources for late game plays.
I'll drop Decay one of the knights.
So that goes into my graveyard then?
It'll go,
It would back.
it'll go back in exile. It goes to exile. So then I'll take 3, 4. Yeah. So I go to 3.
Swing.
On tap. Draw.
Okay, leaving Thespian Stage available this time. That's a little bit scary. Reanimating the Troll.
11.
Sure.
Go.
And set energy. Sure.
I will.
So you still have to obey
take 2.
timing rules,
Go to
right? So you
11.
can't cast a creature on my turn.
Right. I can't unless it has flash or some way it allows me to. Then yeah, I can't cast it.
Okay, Ghost Quarter on Ancient Tomb, floating 2 mana.
Forests. 2 floating.
Looks for a basic forest or a 2 mana floating.
Float 1. Rotate my wasteland.
Okay, crop rotation the Wasteland, 3 colorless mana floating.
So I have 3 mana floating. Use 2 of them to activate.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, because
When
it's
last Dark
stack, so
Depths
once it's
trigger
already
is on
everything,
the stack, I'm gonna trophy the stage that's about to become Dark Depths.
Okay.
Okay, so an Assassin's Trophy doing the job that we usually see Wasteland do here, blowing up the copy of Dark Depths with its ability on the stack, and Greg will shuffle, fail to find. Assassin's Trophy prevents a Merit Lage from being created here. Yeah, I think we did hear my voice in the background, and I don't know. We'll keep an eye on that.
Go. Draw. You're at 11? Yep.
Both players are at 11, I believe.
So Go for it. Go to 10.
I go to 1.
Greg lost a lot of resources just now. A little bit of a blowout with the Assassin's Trophy. Down to just 2 lands in play. One of them is Maze of Ith, which could hold off the Troll.
Yeah, those are their own power.
This actually was in primary because it destroyed the Voidwalker.
No, the Voidwalker was still in play before it resolved.
One card?
So it actually would stay in the...
Yeah, you're right. Okay, so this is a Void counter. I was trying to keep track.
Yeah, you're good.
So this is exiled.
Those are exiled with this, so yeah, that's fine. That's normal.
Max.
Okay. After that, I am...
Magus of the Moon gets the scoop. Wow. Is Magus of the Moon on the watch list? Does anybody know? Can someone check? Maybe we'll hear more about that on Monday. I don't know. GG's. Steven gets it. Magus of the Moon, everybody. Wow. Okay, let's set up another poll for the Twitch chat. Which match next? The options will be Painter versus Bant Nadu, or 4-color Control versus Blue-Black Tempo, or Grixis Delver versus Reanimator, or Esper Control versus 4-color Control, or Jeskai Control versus Mono Black. Aggro. 2 minutes. Get your votes in. Our Discord is up on your screen. Join our Discord if you're not in our Discord. And we do have a Patreon for those of you that want to take this relationship a little bit further, I would say. All right, votes are coming in. That appears to be working. People will try to rig the poll using their channel points. Some people are hoping for some decks. Other people are hoping for others. We'll see what happens. It's going to be exciting either way. About a minute and a half. Make sure you vote in the Twitch chat poll. This coming Monday, we're expecting a little bit of a shakeup to Legacy. There's a ban and restricted announcement coming. And we have in our Discord right now polls for predictions on what will happen. Let's see how people are feeling. Oh, great. I already set it up. Will Grief be banned on August 26th? 89% yes so far. Very interesting. Will Psychic Frog be banned? 85% no so far. He's only just over 50 votes so far. 18 hours left in the polls. Will there be any unbans in Legacy on Monday? 63% no. So not as strongly predicting one way or another. But people are making predictions. So head over to our Discord, to the Legacy channel, and let us know what you think in the poll happening right now. And get your name on the record, for being right, is what I would say. 4-color Control versus Blue-Black Tempo is up next. Hurry contributed 400 channel points. Let's do it. Diving in.
Diversity doesn't necessarily matter for a format. Like, if there's 2 decks but people love it,
Yeah.
that's fine.
True. You want Hyrule?
Yeah. Sure. Like, format diversity is not necessarily good. It's that it's impossible to get 2 decks that everyone loves, right?
Yeah.
But, like, you can have a simplified format that everyone likes to play.
Yeah.
All right, Audrey is on the left with 4-color control, and on the right we have Gabe with Demir.
Like, so she's not. Mary is like, ha.
Yeah, or if it's like band collecting company. I feel like that's a pretty good example.
Yeah, exactly.
Everyone liked playing the mirror. Like it was a cool deck. And a lot of people
Hips with a great question. Anyone else miss Deadbeat Attendant? I absolutely missed that card. And it's a damn shame we can't play with it anymore, in my opinion. It's a shame.
So I ended up doing the buy.
It's literally just count how many beanstalks are playing.
I am not
And not immediately answer. And no one's playing prismatic ending really, so.
My motivation to win is through the roof, because then I can tie the and then go.
Okay, players are getting ready to go. Shane Bass says hello from the Philippines. Hello. We do have some viewers in the Pacific. Nice to hear from you. Okay, players taking quite a while to get started here. Let's see what happens.
Surveil. Yep.
Looks like we're ready to go. Undercity Sewer Surveil. Great way to start a game. Action-packed. The Surveil mechanic, everybody.
Christmas?
Christmas in July.
Huh?
Christmas in July.
Is this saga? Sounds good. And I will pass turn.
Tropical Island passed a turn.
Sounds all good.
Sorry, I'll play it again. I'll play it.
I'll respond.
Brainstorm in response to cracking of a fetch here. Got to sneak those cantrips in under Bowmaster still these days in Legacy.
Vexen bottle?
Nice.
I think that was like too much online.
Yeah.
Bubble first.
Legacy format these days. You'll see a lot. Excuse me. You'll see a lot of these Surveil lands. It feels like every deck has one. I hope that Wizards continues to print duels or just lands that can replace duels one way or another. I'm a fan. There I am on record with that. All right, so finds a basic swamp, then passes the turn.
Maybe I'm not playing Scamp.
I saw you. I saw your match. Are you kidding me?
Okay, here is Up the Beanstalk, which could potentially be on the watch list. We don't really know. Who knows? Days on Up the Beanstalk.
Colorless?
Up the Beanstalk is countered. And Entomb getting forced pitching Brainstorm. Harry Houdini has arrived in the chat late again. Force of Will pitching Brazen Borrower to protect Entomb. So it looks like Entomb will resolve, it turns out. Gabe will search the library now and put Atraxa into the graveyard. Harry Houdini has gifted a sub, 124 total for Harry. Number 4 all-time here on 90s MTG. Harry Houdini, a pillar of our community for sure. Thank you, Harry.
Combat, circle 1.
Yep.
Okay, here is Psychic Frog.
Plus the saga. No, you don't. Okay. It's
floodlight.
lost light.
Combat.
You lost light.
Wasteland hits Savannah. So Psychic Frog sticks around. Let's see if we could get some attacks in. Yes, Harry Houdini MTG. I asked my mom a while back what was the who had the best username in the chat, and the answer was Harry Houdini MTG. That was the real answer. That's a true story.
Evoking what?
Yep. Yep.
Grief pitching grief. The hand is revealed. Swords, Leyline Binding, Brainstorm, Uro.
Tap. Upkeep. Draw.
Cards in hand.
Lotus Petal. Lotus Petal.
They're counting.
Oh, Jesus. You're right.
Oh,
I will.
I mean, if you wanna
No, it's not.
crack your pedal to draw before you cast them, like,
No, it's
you wanna do that.
Not sure what Gabe will take here. It might be somewhat dependent on what's left in hand. This is an evoked grief. It's not being reanimated. Psychic Frog is in play. Swords Plowshares is selected. That makes some sense.
Yep.
Now a Psychic Frog for Gabe.
I'll take the play.
Sure, you can pick up here.
Bonfig says, anyone happen to know when Eternal Weekend badges go live? I have no idea. I keep track of none of it. I'm sorry to say.
Actually. Sure. Now.
All right, fetching with a Flood Strand now. Both players have Psychic Frogs in play. So we're at frog parity at the moment. Okay, attacking with a frog after playing a wasteland. Blocking with a frog.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's fine. I'll learn it somehow. One card.
Yep.
One card left in Gabe's hand, so Audrey has the discard advantage here. Discarding a Leyline Binding. Discarding a Grief.
Yep. Sure.
Wasteland on Undercity Sewer. After the Psychic Frogs bounce out off of each other, Leyline Binding, Nile Spellbomb, pass the turn. Audrey way ahead now.
Two left.
Another Psychic Frog, and yeah, I was just going to say, I think if I'm Gabe here, I scoop it up. Game one goes to Audrey. That game went really nicely for Audrey.
It's too late, man. I'm old.
Two.
But on the play, it's hard to mulligan with this deck as well.
Yeah.
Can I read Grindstone? How much is it cost?
You still need a critical mass post grief.
Yeah. Okay.
So go. Yep.
Undercity Sewer, Serval. Leave it on top.
I just.
Looks like there's a Life in the Loam hand in Audrey's hand. And now a Hedge Maze, Serval. Leave it on top. Okay.
I'll take two. Number 13. Two.
I mean, the fact that there are ETB tapped lands playable in Legacy to be played on turn one, I think is great. I think it's so great. Polluted Delta getting cracked. Troll of Khazad-dûm getting swamp cycled.
Try to reanimate it.
The reanimate will work. You're at 19 minus 6, 13.
Yep.
Okay, so there's already been announced a reanimate on the Troll of Khazad-dûm. And an Underground Sea will be found. Both lands are tapped. Troll of Khazad-dûm is in play.
Yeah, it's just still there this turn.
It's possible in a post-grief metagame, if that's where we end up. The Cycle Troll, Reanimate Troll plays will continue.
Is it revealed? No.
Swords on the Troll.
Sorry about that. No, it's all good.
6.
So,
Yep.
yeah. So I'm gonna
Dothy Voidwalker, okay. We did spot Uro and we did spot Life from the Loam, so it is somewhat disruptive here. I think Uro's even in hand right now.
Which two?
4.
Which ones? Are you this turn? I'm sorry. I wasn't there.
oh choose 3. You may choose the same mode more than once.
Just killing all of them.
Yeah, just kill all the
Okay, there is Psychic Frog.
Exile.
One frog.
Did you pay 0 for the Lotus Petals? You should have cost 1 each. That's my fault. I missed it.
So Psychic Frog advantage to Audrey so far here in game 2. Dothy Voidwalker will not be able to block it. Passing the turn.
Yeah. Can I just? How many cards do you want me to discard? Do you want?
You're all good though.
Yeah.
I missed it.
Wait.
Discard.
Combat.
1 second.
Okay.
Sorry.
I guess got
Cards?
Got 4. That's good.
Okay, Wasteland targeted Tundra. Audrey has floated a mana, it seems, thinking about using it. It is exiled under Voidwalker.
Yep.
Play land for turn.
Okay, Harbinger of the Seas. Oh, did something go wrong?
If you have a force, I want to fucking dump you. I'm not dumb. I'm not dumb,
I do
dude.
not have a force. I do have a lot of islands now.
Sure do.
Cards?
3.
Go. Looks like the frog is. I have to some leeway.
So Harbinger of the Seas has resolved. Tundra. Attacking with Psychic Frog.
He does have.
Draw. Cards?
3.
You can do it in response to
Okay, we're in space.
targeting this, you're targeting this.
Just give you lands and this
Unless there was a late.
Yes.
Well, it's sacked. It's sacked.
And Harbinger of the Seas is going to be tough to beat. Attacking for 5. Psychic Frog could grow here and race these 2 creatures. Potentially. Here's a Ponder for Gabe, who I would say has the advantage so far here in game 2. So far.
It's a hard decision to make. Land for turn. Pulse.
Go. Cards in hand.
3.
Yeah, good point by Audrey in the chat. I mean, discarding the cards does allow Gabe more stuff to use with Voidwalker, but it is a choice that's going to have to be made, I guess, if Audrey's going to win this game.
Only this one. This one's only.
There will need to be cards discarded to the Psychic Frog. It looks like Audrey's hand, though, is full of removal, which makes the discard choice so difficult here. All right, casting Solitude, pitching Triumph of St. Catherine. That could be a way. That could be a way to beat this Harbinger. Going after Voidwalker. Okay.
Just exchange that. Can't catch it.
Solitude resolved. Remove the Voidwalker. Discard 5 cards to the Psychic Frog. Attack for 6. Okay.
You just got like punished.
Draw the thingy.
Reanimate for
You
the
don't
solid.
have an. Oh, it's a sword.
That's the only artifact.
I should have. Yeah. I did.
Okay, reanimate on Solitude, and that will be a scoop. Gabe takes game 2. All right. Going to game 3.
I think I didn't see this one. So wild. I can't believe I fucked it up so much.
Okay, so Audrey talking about effing it up here. Apparently did not see that Gabe had a basic swamp. And maybe thought both players were locked out by the Harbinger. To some extent. Yeah.
Maybe it was just
Sorry about that. No, you're all good. Oh no, you're fine. I messed up.
this bad card on the bottom.
Say again?
Sure.
Hedge Maze starting off game 3. Surveil. Leaves it on top. Let's see if Gabe also has a Surveil land. Nope, just a Wasteland.
But this wasn't dead. This I saw the dragon.
Xander's Lounge, another ETB tapped land. Gets wasted. Okay. Quite a start to game 3. Misty Rainforest getting cracked here.
And that's why when they had the Vex and Bobble in play.
Audrey on tap for turn 3, and both players had no permanents in play, so this should be interesting. Ponder.
Making friends?
Yeah, it's a weird.
Do you have to ponder into another land right now? Should I force this?
I have 2 more lands. Okay. It's one of those hands.
Yeah.
I got rid of the good one because I wouldn't let you.
I do know a secret. This hand has a low. Like, this deck has low. See,
It's not just like stuck.
you guys landing like really.
From the
Yeah, Dom in the chat calling out Gabe here back on his Wasteland BS, I see. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Like, the Tempest set and cards like Wasteland, it just feels like such a mistake. Like, I don't know. I don't know if I like the play patterns.
That's the one that I didn't bring Maverick out. So that's it.
Third Wasteland?
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just trying. I haven't seen a lot of storms, so I just brought up the 2 for 1.
Yeah, Dom absolutely right. Ban the whole set. Tempest is just a mistake.
Did I get new? Well, I made 3 stuff.
Masala.
Which actually.
No, in Spanish this means blanket.
I mean,
Are you on the
Yes.
unstable?
no.
Looks like a blanket.
I guess that's like energy.
It's definitely warm there.
Okay, Underground Sea found by the cycling of Troll of Khazad-dûm, swamp cycling. Is this going to be reanimate?
Go.
Want to play a couple of separate.
Okay, now island cycling. Lorien revealed. Finding Underground Sea. It goes in hand. Gabe correcting it, yeah.
Listen, I let my opponent echo the Eons, and I didn't get rid of like the 30 bad cards in my graveyard.
Yeah. I expect that from you. From me, I expect higher.
Got it. I got you.
Miracle Triumph of St. Catherine. Somebody call Force of Fill. It resolves, it looks like. Or maybe it's still in the stack. Alright, there's going to be a response of some kind, it seems.
I don't want to play it. Do you think I want to play in today's? Go ahead.
Brainstorm in response. Yeah, I really like the land cyclers. I hope they continue making more of those. And I'm being serious. ETB tap lands playable in Legacy and land cyclers, keep printing them. I'm so down for all of it. I love it. Also, modal double face cards with lands on one side. Give us more of those too. Any other requests, chat?
Sucks. I'm having fun.
I want to have fun in this guy.
This is
It's like.
Force double days? What do I do? I can force it to frog or frog force frog.
Ooh, modal double face card with a basic land type. Could that work? Land on the front, spell on the back. Oh, Drac, you're getting a little crazy now. But that's I don't know. I'm getting a little excited. Force of Will pitching Atraxa. Triumph of St. Catherine is countered.
Do you mind putting in our results? My app is.
Oh yeah, no. I do. Yeah, no, mine's being weird too. It's actually saying that there's 2 events.
Yeah, but you also fetch or not?
Okay, so
How many cards do you have?
Yes.
It is indeed a correct belief.
Drop.
Yep.
Misty Rainforest. Worth pointing out here, notice Gabe has a notepad up here for keeping track of life totals. Usually Gabe has a gigantic iPad. Like I didn't even know they made iPads that big. So that's an interesting thing going on. Troll of Khazad-dûm gets reanimated.
Good. Triumph's easy to block. And like,
Sacrifice for a red.
I didn't think about it.
Wow. I don't think about it, but it's fine.
I'll add 2 red.
Pass.
Draw card.
Oh no, here we go. Sure.
Okay, Life from the Loam, returning Hedge Maze, Xander's Lounge, and Misty Rainforest. And looks like holding a copy of Swords to Plowshare, so this Troll of Khazad-dûm could potentially be removed.
Red.
Sure.
Oh, really?
I'll cast Seething Sun.
Let me have
Fetch.
I think I placed.
Okay, end step fetching with Misty Rainforest now is Gabe.
That's why I pitched the Traxxas does nothing against us.
Yeah.
Undercity Sewer is found, and we will surveil.
All of the abilities.
You have lots of cards, but 2 of them.
2 of them are lanes.
Trigger, surveil.
You may surveil. The puny little cards away.
Polluted Delta thrown away.
Don't want more lands. If I find a wasteland, you're just cooked.
3. I'll cast Reckless Impulse.
Troll of Khazad-dûm enters the red zone. It will get through 13 now for Audrey.
Sure. 3, 1. Versus 1, that's all an option.
Okay, fetching here.
6. So I'll just make 6 dragons. And then I'll cast 3.
Bridge or GG's?
Cards. 4 cards.
I'll play again.
Yeah.
What's the earliest that they can
Okay, Swords to Plowshares on end step. Removes the Troll of Khazad-dûm.
Yeah.
I don't know if Audrey's going to dredge here. Most likely not. All right, drawing regular.
I want to like 6 games, I'll probably, I guess like 1 in 3 games.
Oh, wow.
So some matchups you're not going to beat them with beatdown, some matchups you're not going to beat them with grindstone. They got main deck Eldrazi. So unless you have your one of Soul Guide Lancer and free board, like, you're not going to grind them. So you got like
Hedge Maze, surveil. Drop into the graveyard.
Isn't that one of the good things about like Eldrazi?
And here is the Frog. Psychic Frog getting Fatal Push.
Because it makes it so that
I'll still lose.
you must be excited to be going to that meta then. Faster.
Okay, end step Bowmaster as well. Brainstorm in response to that. That will resolve.
Like fast combo. I feel like everybody should have it.
Yeah, you definitely want
Then like toolboxy shit like Maverick. Like, it's always challenging. Because they have like, they still have wallets.
like force the vigor and stuff.
Honestly, they play great. I'm not looking forward to Texas Delver being everywhere. That's
Okay. You could have replaced 1 with a dredge.
Well, that's only if I know what's on top. What if I have my other Triumph? Or the cards that I want? Now it's Triumph. Yeah, sure.
Okay, Bowmaster will resolve. Pinging Audrey. Very interesting Orc Army token. Coca in the chat calling it sweet. I'm not sure if that one is tournament legal. is the thing. All right, dredging 3 for Loam. Solitude, Misty, Xander's Lounge.
Nice. Take 1.
Oh.
Mystic Sanctuary, putting swords back on top. Lorien revealed remains in the graveyard.
Good.
Yeah, I could have blocked him. It's so funny. I just put it back.
Loam will return Misty Rainforest, Xander's Lounge, and a Trop.
Alright, I'm finally gonna do it.
Painter.
Sure.
Combo.
Yeah. And I got one. Get the power.
Yep.
Well, actually, I mean, yeah, I guess I got
Gabe fetching here, finding an underground sea.
it's not it. I'm gonna do it for lethal and
Could you explain me how it works?
oh yeah, sure. So
I'm thinking about playing it.
you're all good. Yeah. So what I'll do is see 2 or 3. It's like graveyard.
Got it.
Okay, Audrey drops down to 7. Life total dwindling down. Here's Grief, getting hard cast.
I'm gonna get my painter.
Veil of Summer. Okay. That'll counter Grief's ETB. Drawing Swords to Plowshares for turn now.
See him. So
Got it.
Or drawing off Veil of Summer, I should say. Not for turn.
so 2, 3, 4.
So the Swords to Plowshares now in hand for Audrey. Playing Soporific Springs, which is the reverse side of Sink into Stupor.
15, 16.
Trigger ping you.
Can't.
I'll ping myself. My own dude.
I guess I'll stop. I'll move the combo.
Kill myself and he taps his head. It's funny shit.
I guess I'll block the bird.
Okay, so a cycle of Xander's Lounge there resulted in a Bowmaster trigger. There was one missed off Veil of Summer. Twitch chat pointed out.
It is like incidentally your versus
I already have all of my good lands.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people play races, right?
Yeah, I'm not a fan of it, but people do
Where's the
well.
wasteland? The Mystic Loop.
I'll play.
Why do I want to waste them? I'm dying.
I don't know. Pass.
Okay, passing the turn. Audrey with plenty of mana open, plenty of cards in hand, but an attack for 6 coming in. Swords to Plowshares, targeting Grief. Gabe has 2 cards in hand.
Sure. Pass turn.
Take 3.
So do you exile them?
And another Swords, this time on Bowmasters. That works. Audrey will still take 2 damage from the 2/2 Orc army. We'll have to see how this game plays out if that missed Bowmaster trigger ends up costing Gabe big time. I saw Gabe just drew Harbinger of the Sea, so this could be an interesting turn. Especially now that both white mana locked down for Audrey and 2 Swords to Plowshares used up. All right, here's Harbinger of the Seas. Audrey had a plan for it. Maybe. I see Force of Wills.
You can give like your painter the ability of the goblin or your grindstone deck.
1 card left in hand. Think about hard casting here. No, force pitching force.
It's too much. I would never leave it down.
Because they want things to be in your group.
All right. Harbinger is countered. Maybe wondering if Gabe's last card in hand was a Daze.
Toolbox.
Cards that do things.
Or like you can just cycle it back and forth.
All right, here's a Ponder for Audrey, trying to figure out how to beat this 2/2 Orc army now.
It won't remember the cards exiled with like other cards. Yeah. So in that situation, yeah, I probably win.
It's a lot of savior.
Brainstorm, dredge the first one. Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, Brainstorm, dredging the first one. Stifle Force of Will Swords into the graveyard. Draw 2 more the regular way.
Yeah, and they're just sort of there for scam, right? That's.
Yes,
But I mean, because I've got a lot of decks going on, why we've got the runaway, getaway, and collar.
Up the Beanstalk. Scalding Tarn off the top.
I don't know. Remember, it was in New Cabana.
Yeah, no.
Passing the turn. Audrey at 4. 2/2 Orc Army will attack again. Down to 2. Oh, no, maybe not. Leyline Binding. Okay. Leyline Binding will remove the Orc Army permanently. Troll of Khazad-dûm getting hard cast.
Sure.
The only thing they have for it's like one
I need to know if I have lands left.
They just sit behind bridge. It's like
One land. Doesn't matter.
How many clouds you got left?
Enough.
Mike Ricks is stubborn.
One in your hand?
because like scam gets
I like the ley lines. You don't care about them?
no, I don't get
You're not playing
There's way more card advantage.
Not playing 4? Never. Draw?
Faster flying beater.
But doesn't it like?
Yeah, there is quite a bit of hate for non-basic lands in the metagame right now. But as always, I mean, this is always the case. You're going to, build your decks with some risk, right? Sometimes the situation is high risk, high reward. Sometimes the mana is not perfect, but the combo is going to work. You know, that kind of thing.
Sure.
Carpet of Flowers. Okay, that could be insurance against a potential Harbinger if that happens again. But Troll of Khazad-dûm needs to be dealt with right now.
One green.
Okay, Uro, gain 3.
Landing to play. Sure.
Could potentially escape Uro here and grow out of range of a one-shot from Troll of Khazad-dûm. Yeah, exactly. Safer mana base might be a less powerful deck. Less explosive deck. Whatever you want to say. It's all about balance, really.
He was like choking and then...
Even the most fair, deck with the right amount of basics for the right time, you got to balance other things. You're like, how many creatures are in the build? Leyline Binding removes Troll of Khazad-dûm, and it looks like Gabe has scooped it up. Audrey managed to climb all the way ahead. GG's. Audrey gets it. And I don't know how much I've talked about the local meta at the LGS, but they're working on crazy decks right now. Radstorm taking over, Delusional posting Tech Hoot Hall as new Radstorm Tech. If you would proliferate twice. I'm really tired of playing against Radstorm decks at the weeklies. And I'm hoping that Wizards on Monday finally addresses the Fallout set. It's out of control. I mean, look at all the Fallout cards people are picking up for Legacy now. It's crazy out there. It's crazy. Right, everybody? Okay, Chili has arrived in the chat. I thought balance was banned. Yeah. Yeah. Let's set up another poll for the chat. Which match next? Your options will be Painter versus Bant Nadu, or Death and Taxes versus Grixis Delver, or Grixis Delver versus Blue Black Tempo, or Miracles versus Esper Control, or Eldrazi versus Sultai Beanstalk. 2 minutes to vote. Get your votes in. Audrey says I have some sweet tech for Radstorm High Tide. I'll post it. I'll try it post Grief Ban. All right, there's maybe a preview of things to come. It's just like I didn't want every Legacy match I play to be so heavy on Doctor Who and Fallout cards, you know? It's just a little much. Does anybody disagree? All right, votes are coming in. Close vote so far. People will try to rig the poll. Just a warning on that. Our Discord server is up on your screen. Join the Discord if you're not yet in the Discord, folks. Some of you are not in there. You have over 4,000 server members now. We may be the largest 1v1 Eternal format channel server in the whole world, which would be crazy. All right, lots of votes coming in. Close vote so far. Dom V says, I actually want more of those cards. In a perfect world, Legacy would be Doctor Who and Fallout block constructed. That's a hot take right there. Drac says, I start loving the channel a lot. My early morning Legacy content and coffee. Thank you, Drac. Glad you're enjoying. For anyone new around here, we are over on YouTube. We have a gigantic library of matches and events to enjoy over on our YouTube channel. We have a lot of stuff getting posted over there. Almost out of time on this poll. Wits End contributed 4,200 channel points. Painter versus Nadu. And Specchio calling out the chat. Lots of rigging. Yeah. Lots of rigging. Let's set this up. And diving in. All right, on the left side of your screen, joining us for the first time in a while. Actually, no, he was on a recent stream. What am I saying? Adam on the left with Painter. And on the right, we have Luis with Bant Nadu. It should be interesting. Harry Houdini with some feedback wanted to say, I'm loving the new YouTube vids where you put the whole stream up in its entirety. Yeah, that's gotten some mixed reactions. I'm not sure if that will continue, if I'm being honest. Some people really liking it, but most people not watching it is the thing. Numbers not really great. All right, so rolling some dice. Specchio says Painter and Nadu are some fair, honest creatures that just want to attack and block. Specchio has no idea what's going on. Harry Houdini says, I watched. Yeah, so some people watched. Don't get me wrong. But I'm just not sure. I'm not sure at this point in time. The future on entire streams on YouTube. Okay, so Adam on the play has taken a mulligan. Luis has chosen to keep. Anu says it is not 10 a.m. in Mexico. Harry says people get intimidated by the video length, maybe. Yeah, and Dom also chiming in. Tough to commit to a 3-hour video versus 25 minutes of a matchup you want. I'm not going to bore everybody with like the reasons why a 3-hour video could be advantageous. Because it's really boring to explain. But yeah, I don't know. The numbers, not really what we were looking for. We'll see. I think I would say at this point. Okay, Adam unfortunately going down to 5.
All right. Figure it out.
Long story short, for anyone that cares, when you're watching YouTube and a video ends, sometimes YouTube just puts another video on. And it seems like YouTube likes to do that with long videos. So I'm trying some stuff. Don V says, give us 3 hours of Force of Phil. Somebody call Force of Phil. Tell him we need 3 hours. Do we ship merch to Europe? So the merch for 90s MTG is all drop shipping. And while I can't say that every country in Europe is an option, I honestly don't know. There are people buying shirts and having them delivered in Europe. So that's happening. Yeah, we need a Force of Phil extended director's cut, probably. Make tube tops if it's drop shipping? Yeah, maybe. All right, 2 cards on the bottom for Adam. We are ready to go.
Fetch.
Cracking an Arid Mesa. I don't know if the players know what the other ones are, what each other are playing. So this could be interesting in that way. Turn 1, Goblin Welder.
Sure. Good.
That is a delighted halfling.
Legendary. Uncountable.
Does Goblin Welder get played in Commander? Does anybody know? Is that a Commander card? I just realized I have no idea.
I'll fetch.
Okay, Jed says it does see play. Okay. Seems like a wild card in Commander, now that I think about it. Goblin Welder just being able to weld stuff for any player. Maybe I just broke the Commander format. I don't know. Okay, here's Painter's Servant.
And I will
Pass.
Naming blue and passing the turn. Delighted Halfling is the creature on Luis's side of the table. We've been seeing that creature get used in the Nadu bills. Nadu can potentially be cast without being able to be countered. There's also Bristly Bill and a couple other friends. All right, so cracking a Windswept Heath here. Cheeks Like Whoa, thank you for the resub with Prime. 18 months. That's a new badge. Show it off in the chat. Thank you, Cheeks.
It's only creatures you game on the front?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we get up almost on card.
Okay, here's a Tundra. And Teferi Time Raveler, another card that is legendary, and it will bounce Painter Servant. Go down to 1.
Good. Go. I'll just exile the 2 cards in your graveyard. And
So Goblin Welder could potentially attack here and knock out Teferi. I mean, there's nothing in the graveyard right now to weld into, so that seems reasonable. Oh, just red blasting Teferi. Okay.
Swing for 1.
Okay, swinging for 1 anyway. Huh. All right. Maybe we should just attack Teferi. I don't know. All right. Simian Spirit Guide, Painter Servant. Adam is in the chat and says, wow, what a dumb play. All right. So that... Seeing that pop up was really funny, actually, just now. It was like perfect comedic timing. Comedic timing. All right. We were all thinking it, and then Adam chimes in. All right, that's Springheart and Tuco bestowing on Delighted Halfling landfall trigger.
Another insect.
So you fetch that, you make it.
It's either you pay 2 and make a copy of it, or you get a 1/1 insect.
Okay, so you get a 1/1, and then you're.
I get 2 1/1s because the first one and then the second one.
That was perfect.
So you play the land, get an insect, and then you fetch,
Get another.
get a land, get another insect. Yep.
Okay, so creating 2 insects here in the process of fetching swords on Painter.
I'm going to attack you for 2.
I'll cast a night.
17.
Adam drops down to 17 after an attack by the bestowed Delighted Halfling.
Go ahead. Yep.
Painter?
Sure.
On blue.
I think from now on, we just have to have Adam pop in at perfect moments to say, wow, what a dumb play. It's just too good.
Yep. I'll put the flames in play.
I don't know why it's so funny.
Sure.
I have to control myself. All right, here's a ponder for Luis. Painter's back on the board, naming blue.
Actually, I'll just press quick roof. Pass turn.
Play and fetch, so trigger pointers.
Okay, play it, fetch, triggering Delighted Halfling here, making 2 more insects. Different insect tokens, very interesting. Okay, well, we're not really sure what's going on, but Luis has 2 different pairs of insects. Wow.
Yeah.
Should be at 16 though, right? Because I hit you with welder ones.
Oh, you're right.
It's pretty simple. 1 and 2 mana. Sacks of Adam to reclaimer.
Finding a basic island.
Sure.
Okay, here's the Fairy Time Raveler. It will tick down, bouncing Painter. No artifacts in the graveyard, so nothing to weld. Attacking for 4.
Swing for 3. I'll single.
4 cards. 4 cards.
Yep.
Four cards in hand for Luis. Has a lot of power on the board now. To very well defended. Can't attack it this time with Welder.
Let's just say 3 green.
Missing that red blast sitting in the graveyard now. Looks like Goblin Engineer is in hand along with Painter and a card that I can't. Maybe a Power Blast in hand. Maybe. If a Nadu and Shuko hit here, it could be disaster.
We still got.
I don't remember when it's.
This is +2.
Sorry?
What is this? Plus?
Oh, I can cast those sorceries at any time, like as an instant.
Okay, and his passive is I can only cast at sorcery speed?
Yeah, you can cast it.
Okay.
Do you want me to pull up the actual proof?
Yes. Brainstorm, Force of Will.
I'm trying to figure out the move here, knowing that we're falling behind. Goblin Engineer. Okay. There will be no artifact on the battlefield, so whatever's placed into the graveyard here will have to wait. Looks like Grindstone has been pulled to the front. Maybe the hope is we can eventually combo off. Lion's Eye Diamond getting looked at. Not sure what that does for us right now.
It's things here that are. I also made that too.
This is 8.
I like it.
I think Grindstone will most likely be the plan here, and hope that we can assemble the combo over the course of a few turns, but we just might not have that time. Goblin Engineer is a 1/2, which makes it a decent blocker for insects, which is something. Grindstone is placed into the graveyard, it turns out. I didn't see Chaos Defiler in there. I mean, it's possible it was in there, I just didn't see it. Okay, plussing Teferi. And now thinking about attacks, it looks like. Attacking with everybody, willing to lose insects in combat, that makes sense.
And this guy's at
2/3.
2/3.
Yeah, that's plus 1.
Yeah, that is Springheart and Tuco is bestowed on Delighted Halfling, so it's a 2/3. Goblin Engineer will block. Bunch of damage gets through. 5 damage gets through.
Yep.
Sometimes I forget we're dealing with legacy players. What does bestow do? Like, you didn't draft Theros? What the hell's wrong with you? Bestow, is that from Unfinity?
Sure.
Okay, Nomads and Core. Hits the table. A little bit more information coming in about what Luis is up to. I'm not sure if Adam was completely lost, but I'm just pointing that out. Looks like the draw was Mox Opal. Mox Opal comes in. Adam says this is Jack Kitchen's SCG Baltimore Strawberry Shortcake list. Okay, so anybody looking for the deck list, that would be a great place to start looking for that. Maybe if I remember, I'll try to post it in our Discord server, which you all joined, of course, right, people? You all joined it? Our 4,000+ member Discord server? Where all the deck lists get posted and all the players you watch on stream hang out, and it's exciting. Okay, another Teferi Time Raveler comes in. Okay, here's Nadu, Winged Wisdom. Card is quite controversial, for sure. And with Nomads and Core on the board, this might be over.
This would be the Nadu animations.
Can I read Nadu?
Oh, yeah.
Reveal the top card of the land, put it on the battlefield, otherwise put it in your hand.
Don V in the chat saying Nadu is fine in Legacy, but this part of the combo sucks. I agree. I agree. I don't like this gameplay very much. All right, Delighted Halfling. Life from Green Sun Zenith, excuse me, not Loam. All right, now all the creatures on the board are going to pass through the Nadu Nomads and Core thing. Bunch of cards are getting drawn here. Source of Plowshare is found.
Redirect 1 damage from nomads on core to a creature. I guess it can go to itself.
Yeah, it can go to itself. Alright. Second trigger.
Yeah, Nomads and Core can target itself. Each insect token will now pass through. Every land drop triggers the Spring Heart.
Second trigger.
Why are we here?
And we're going to keep making insects. Endurance now to hand. Luis running out of room. Char Twin just gifted a sub. Thank you, Char Twin. Char Twin enjoying watching Nadu go off here, it seems.
Second trigger.
Lush Portico, make an insect. I think we're demonstrating a pretty this game is over situation right now.
You got like 2 of each in the box. Yep.
Losing track of the insect tokens now, but we're working on it.
You mill your whole deck, and then you like dread the turn passive. Yes.
I think I was like.
For 1.
Okay.
Okay, Green Sun Zenith X is 1. That's going to resolve. Dom V says, I played in a large modern event and every round went way overtime because of Nadu. Yeah. Okay, Sylvan Safekeeper is found, so now everything is Shroud, potentially. We have plenty of lands to sack.
Sylvan Safekeeper.
Second missile land, target creature you control can't be the target. Yeah, okay.
Second back.
You love them.
Yep. Trigger.
Because like I want to do it, but I know that I'm already so obnoxious by basic. Go ahead. Damn. Because like I remember I used to not. And then when I learned how to snap, I would just snap all the time. It's like it was my new fidget. I'm gonna keep it. Okay. Keep it in. That's my
I think it's obvious to the people watching right now that Nadu is, some people in the chat talking about modern. It has not been that, let's say, prevalent in Legacy as it has been in Modern, but this gameplay is not the best.
How do you actually win?
I'm gonna play. I'm gonna play.
Okay, that is Bristly Bill getting cast now.
Manage that under your control build on a target creature. Double the number of 1/1 counters. Okay.
I have a Yavimaya somewhere in my deck. I'm gonna draw my whole deck. sack all my lands with Safekeeper. Endurance all my lands back to my deck. Keep going and just put a bunch of counters on stuff. Because every time a land comes in.
And how does the... Oh, so you're gonna give everything a bunch of counters, and then you just attack with like whatever guys.
Yeah, 30 some amount of counters.
Yeah. Okay.
You want to say the deck.
Okay, Luis explaining how the deck wins. I don't know if everybody heard the whole thing, but basically we're sacking all of our lands to Safekeeper, Endurance them all back into the deck. Bristly Bill, we're doing the Nadu thing. Bristly Bill putting a whole bunch of some counters. And then attacking for an insane amount of damage is what Luis explained.
Four.
So all these are exiled.
All right, we are moving on to game 2. Luis up a game.
And pass it. Alright, I'm gonna make an energy. Yes, sir. Take my turn.
Adam will be on the play here for game 2. Let's see how this goes. Soul Guy Lantern, pass the turn. Based on Luis's explanation of how the deck works in game 1, this Soul Guy Lantern is somewhat helpful. Here's a basic forest. And will it be Delighted Halfling again?
Yes.
It will. There's Delighted Halfling. Yeah, there's also the possibility of Thassa's Oracle. I didn't see Thassa's Oracle in that game, but obviously that is a possibility. All right, so Goblin Welder gets played. No second land drop.
This archive, Elvis trigger.
Yeah, I think he was
combat 24.
Okay, so then sorry.
Okay, here's Bristly Bill. It's one of the newer cards in this deck from Outlaws of Thunder Junction. Lush Portico gets played. Cervelle.
We summon.
We have reached our sub goal. That was the chime. Thank you, everybody. Now we have a new sub goal. All right, so fetching with Error Mesa, finding a basic mountain. No artifacts in the graveyard just yet. So Welder doesn't really have much to do at the moment.
We summon.
Yeah.
Go to combat.
Painter.
Okay, Painter Servant, naming blue. Looks like in hand for Adam is copies of Red Elemental Blast and a Magus of the Moon.
Yeah. Okay. You went down. I went down. Okay. I didn't mean to. I meant to go.
And a Simian Spirit Guide as well. Red Elemental Blast and the Halfling, okay.
Pass.
Windswept Heath, trigger Bristly Bill, gets a counter. Attacking with the Spine Sower, Bristly Bill. 4 damage gets in.
You got it.
It's like Karn the Great Creator was just drawn. Red Elemental Blast, Magus of the Moon, Karn the Great Creator, it looks like, is in Adam's hand. Found Ancient Tomb. Uh-oh. Is it risky to drop the moon here? I don't think so. Okay, Magus of the Moon going down to 13. Bristly Bill will still have to be dealt with, but this slows down Luis a bit. We're probably going to see a fetch in response at minimum.
Float away.
Floating a white. And then the fetch. Thinking about it.
Oh no, just red. They have tackle and they have right hand, but if they're red, they get first strike. But yeah, they're not. I thought they were white.
Okay, so a land fall trigger pumps Bristly Bill, floating a blue now with a Tundra.
On attack?
Brainstorm still have a white mana floating.
I assume that
Swords on the Magus. It resolves. Okay, here's Nadu hitting the stack again. Making a land drop. Trigger Bristly Bill.
Honestly, I'll let you know what it was. It was a bunch of fucking lands. Sugar, Cephalid, and Dragon.
It also triggers Nadu.
Leyline will avoid me on this shot.
Yeah. That's a risky one.
So first trigger. First resolve, first trigger. The second trigger, targeted again.
Dryad Arbor is a land, but it is also a creature, so it could potentially get targeted by Bristly Bill here. Another landfall trigger. Gonna target Nadu now.
So this guy's done, right?
No. Well, he's done with targets. I'll put the gun over there. So first Nadu trigger.
So every landfall trigger makes a Nadu thing happen. That's what we're watching play out right now. Nadu has a +1/+1 counter from Bristly Bill. There are 2 fetches in play, so we could trigger Bristly Bill 2 more times this turn at minimum.
But
15 to 16.
Okay, cracking Windswept Teeth to find a land.
So I've been thinking about that. I've been thinking about this.
Basic planes, okay. Trigger, target Nadu.
Yeah, that's good.
So Nadu goes to 2.
Nadu now done for turn with Nadu triggers. Brainstorm was the card drawn. There's another fetch land in play. And Dryad Arbor available to be targeted by Bristly Bill.
Trigger, target the Dryad Arbor.
So Dryad Arbor will get up with almost on counter, and it will trigger Nadu ability. It's a fairy to hand. Hoping to hit a land here. Well, let's see.
And I think 29.
I guess the hope was to hit a land there.
And you have 2 cards, right? 2 cards.
Should Brainstorm have been cast there to put a land on top? I don't know.
Seven.
Okay. Attacking with Bristly Bill for 7. Adam drops down to 8. Painter is in play. Plenty of mana to play, and Grindstone activate. So it will get interesting if Luis passes the turn and there is a Grindstone available. I don't think there is, though. Karn the Great Creator and Red Elemental Blast are the cards in hand, as far as I can tell. What will be on top of the library, though? Oh, Grindstone off the top. I did not know that was going to happen. Wow. It looked like I knew that was going to happen, but I really did not. All right, so Grindstone was drawn. Let's see if Adam just goes for it, I guess. This is wild. And Goblin Boulder available, which is something.
I
think top 15. I have 18 removal spells out of 8. I have 18. That's fair. I definitely have more than
Can't tell how many unknown cards are in Luis's hand. Looks like 3 known cards, which are face up on the table, and maybe 3 unknown cards? Can't quite tell.
Tap wrong last turn. Oh, shit. Supposed to do that last turn.
Activate. Targeting you.
Beseiju the city.
What are you doing?
Beseiju
Beseiju who endures, targeting Painter's Servant in response to the activation of Grindstone.
The player may search for a land for a land card with the basic land type, put it onto the battlefield. Okay, the Beseiju will resolve. I'll do the search.
The Welder will be able to put Painter back into play before Grindstone resolves.
Good. I'm gonna plateau. With this trigger still on the stack, I will weld Grindstone for Painter.
Okay, playing it right is Adam. Painter takes game 2. Beat Nadu that time. Seems like the Twitch chat is rooting against Nadu here, so Painter fans are happy at minimum, but definitely some other people in the chat on the Painter side, it seems. I mean, I'm friends with Louise. I don't want to sound like I'm rooting against Louise personally, but I am rooting for Painter here myself, if I'm being honest.
That was all the games. Every day was
Might play a little faster. Might play a little bit faster.
That's cool.
Okay, so Luis has kept 7. Turn 1, Nomads and Core. Okay, Urza's Saga and Soulguy Lantern. And Mox Opal.
Go ahead.
That Grindstone drawn last game was so clutch, though. I mean, kind of saved all of us, I think, that Grindstone.
Sure. 3, no. 1, 2,
Collector Roof. Okay, that's a good one.
Page Swords. This is 2 mana, 3, so shouldn't this be 2? This is 2 for 2 mana, and this is 1 more mana. So X is 2.
X is 2, yeah.
Oh, I thought
Did I say the wrong thing?
Yeah, you said X is 3. That's why I tried.
Oh, I'm sorry, yeah. X is 2,
you're
X
fine.
is 2. What is off?
Then I'm gonna.
Okay.
Wait.
Okay, Painter's Servant. Metalcraft gets turned on here. But Collector Roof disrupting quite a bit on this current board.
Oh,
Painter will most likely be naming blue again. I see Adam has the blue indicator card off to the side. Attacking with Painter and Nomads and Core.
in that case,
Could block Nomads and Core here, and then Luis would just transfer over the damage. But playing an extra safe, not blocking.
Float a mana and search.
Okay, floating a mana, searching with Urza's Saga. Will it be Grindstone? With a Collector Roof on the table? Collector Roof. All right, so Grindstone immediately pulled to the front here.
Suddenly I'm mine.
Violent Outburst says I played in the LA Legacy 5K and lost playing for top 16. Outburst, we don't want to hear about that. We want to hear about your victories, Outburst. Come on. Do better.
it's fake.
Play another showdown.
Okay, playing another Urza Saga, Collector Roof disrupting, Painter and Grindstone both on the table. Cracking a Misty. Dryad Arbor confirmed that Painter was naming blue. The indicator card has been placed. Ponder resolves.
I'll take one of the swords. I got an 18.
Ponder shuffle. Well, this combo being on the table for Adam is quite scary. No. Oh, just drew a red elemental blast. Uh-oh.
Ancient Tomb.
Plays Ancient Tomb. Red elemental blast could take out Collector Roof and then try to combo here. Adam's draws in this match are wild. Pass the turn. Luis plays a trop. Collector Roof is holding it all off for now. Making a construct. The construct is big. I mean, that alone could be a way to win this game based on the current board. Looks like we just drew Blood Moon. Urza Saga ticks up to 3. 5 artifacts currently on the battlefield, about to become at least 6, maybe 7. Not being patient here, not directly going after the oof, it looks like. Gonna make another construct.
11.
Urza Saga is going to pop. Could also save this red elemental blast for anything hitting the stack that's dangerous from Luis. Lion's Eye Diamond. There is still a Collector Roof on the board currently. Was there already a land drop that turn? There might have already been a land drop, I'm not sure. All right, attacking with a construct that gets through. Luis drops down to 10.
Come on now. So I got 2 tokens.
I will pass.
Okay, it seems like time has been called and now there are extra turns. This is turn 1 of extra turns, I think. Brainstorm resolving.
Players, time in round, turn 0.
Okay, I just heard time in the round. So we're not sure what the die in the middle of the table is, but time has been called for sure.
Pulse burst. This is 4 mana, 5, 6 mana.
I know, brother.
This is 4.
So now there's 2 Nadu triggers on the second. So first one, play. Second one, force of will.
You know how to target artifacts or tokens, but
You pull out a fucking dinosaur?
Dinosaur right now.
Swords of Hand. Is there any way I can?
Swords on Painter.
You return 0?
Red Blast on Collector Roof in response.
I mean,
This is a key moment right here. Okay, Red Blast successfully removes Collector Roof. Swords is still in the stack targeting Painter. Thinking about popping this LED, discarding the hand. Grindstone you. Okay, Luis flips the deck over. Swords will resolve.
Then you're up.
No cards.
No cards. I discarded Blood Moon and 2 airplanes.
End of your turn. I'll endurance myself.
Endurance. Soul Guy Lantern is available. Soul Guy Lantern will get used.
2 games.
That is the match. Adam gets it. What a match. And what about those top decks, chat? GG's. Wow. That was a good one. 2-minute break. Don't go anywhere. What's up, everybody? I am back. Thanks for waiting up for me. Our Discord is up on your screen. Join the Discord if you're not in the Discord. Let's set up another poll for the Twitch chat. Which match next? Twitch chat will vote. The options will be Miracles versus Esper Control, or Maverick versus Painter, or Miracles versus Grixis Delver, or Eldrazi versus Sultai Beans, or Lands versus Demir Tempo. 2 minutes to vote. Burger King hoping for beans. Audrey saying Adam got away with murder last week. Votes are coming in. Remember that you can rig the poll using your channel points. We did have a live stream yesterday. If you have not had enough 90s MTG after today's stream, you could go watch yesterday's stream. It's up on our YouTube channel and on our Twitch channel as well. It will also be posted up on our Patreon. Adam says being lucky is the best way to win games. You know, I'm very careful about this stuff on stream. I don't want to embarrass anybody. I don't want anybody to think I'm trying to embarrass anybody. I don't want anybody to think that I think. You get the idea. But Adam jumping into the chat during that last match to say that what was the line? What a dumb play was comedy gold. That was an important moment in the history of 90s MTG, I would say, at this point. That was comedy gold. For me, anyway. I don't know what everybody watching thought, but I'm going to have to watch that back, I think. Audrey says, what happens to matches with grief if there's a ban? Just throw away. You know what, Audrey? That's a great question. The plan, as of right now, is the entire queue will be reset after the ban announcement, assuming there's a change to Legacy. If there is no change to Legacy, I'll leave the queue exactly as it is. But if there is a change, the queue will be turned over, I would say. And the matches that have not yet made it had not yet made it to stream will be for our YouTube members who have hit the join over on our YouTube channel. Harry contributed 4,400 channel points. Maverick versus Painter up next. Let's do it. All right, diving in.
Planning on going. As long as I don't like oversleep or something.
Chris, are you? No.
All right, on the left side of your screen, joining us again is Adam on Painter, and then there's myself on the right with Maverick, deck I've been playing recently.
So I'm just like...
I mean, I'll give you a ride if you want to go.
Getting ready to get started here, shuffling up, resolving mulligans, the whole thing. Don't know who's on the play.
I heard, yeah. No, I'm just kidding. I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, what do you pyro even?
I'll say you.
Yeah, Bearded Dragon's doing a win in Underground Sea.
Oh,
And,
Okay, so it turns out Adam will be on the play. We're cutting our decks.
It's like an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours maybe.
It's
Get
like
there.
6 hours.
It's like 6 hours. Yeah.
Yeah, it's in Florida.
All right. A little bit of chatter at the table here as we're getting started. So Adam is on the play, and this should be interesting. Ancient Tomb. Painter. I'm just remembering some stuff that happened in this match. This will be a fun one. This is going to be a fun one. Go. That is Caracas past the turn.
I should have waited till you activated. I'm an idiot.
All right. I should have waited till Adam activated the painter here, the grindstone here, and made him pay 2 life with Ancient Tomb. But here's Collect a Roof, my turn 2 play. Not too bad. Already punting. Exactly. All right, Adam plays an Ancient Tomb and passes the turn. Has Grindstone on the table. Turn 2, Collect a Roof. Not bad. Not bad at all.
Yep.
All right, here is the Watchful Radstag everybody's been hearing so much about. It's one of the, it's a legacy staple at this point.
Sounds unpleasant. Go ahead.
Sounds unpleasant, says Adam. Passing the turn.
Pass to you.
Fetching with Verdant Catacombs.
We have
This is tough. It's either these or those. Another mountain. And
Knight of the Reliquary.
Yes.
trigger the red stag.
Yes.
Trigger the red.
The Rad Stag will evolve, and then it will copy itself. Attacking for 5.
Go ahead.
Dropping down to 12 is Adam. 2 Rad Stags, Collector Roof, and Knight of the Reliquary on the table.
You have 12 power already?
This is 2, 5, 8, 9, 10.
H2. Go ahead.
All right, just Ancient Tombs. So with 10 power on the board, the lands appear to be shut off. I could evolve these Rad Stags and end the game, potentially.
Stress endurance.
Yeah. Sure.
Endurance. Target you, trigger the Rad Stags. They both will make copies of themselves and evolve. And
The graveyard gets shuffled.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
put on the bottom of the library. Okay.
Nope, make 2 copies.
Sure.
You're at 12. I'm at E6. 79. 10, 11.
There, I'm dead.
Yep.
all right, game 1 goes to Maverick. Watch out for the Rad Stag, everybody. Have you been watching out for the Rad Stag? Probably not. Yeah, the Maverick deck is so grindy, it takes forever to win. Yeah.
I take 3, go to 10. Yep.
I'll keep this.
I'll keep it.
All right, Adam is on the play here for game 2.
Yep.
Urza's Saga, pass the turn. Wasteland.
And step.
Olaro says Watchful Radstag is broken. It should be on the watch list. Yeah, maybe. I mean, who knows? Noble Hierarch is the play.
After that, another construct.
Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Or trigger.
Yeah. And next session can be 6.
The thing about the Maverick deck is that you have to grind out every win. It just takes forever, you know. Watch out for the Radstag. All right, so Noble Hierarch is on the table. Let's see if Adam has a exciting turn 2 play. Playing an Ancient Tomb. Okay, fetching.
Shadow Spear.
Basic Mountain. Okay.
Equipment on the one end. Nothing else.
You have any cards?
6.
17. One, two,
Planes.
3, 4, 5, 6, 6.
Adam deploys Phyrexian Dragon Engine from hand.
Gotcha.
It's one of those cards, no matter how many times I see it, I still have to read what it does because I forget. All right, Wasteland gets played.
3 or 10.
Yep. Waste you.
That is Outland Liberator, and it will become day.
True artifact or enchantment. Take it down, and when it's night, it destroys it every time it attacks or something?
Yep.
What about the day-bound, night-bound mechanic, everybody? How do you feel about that?
Pay 2, equip Shadow Spear.
Does anybody know what I'm talking about?
For the night, someone needs to cast 3 spells?
No. If you cast no spells during your turn, or myself during my turn,
That's
Go to combat. Attack you for 5.
If it has no spells, it becomes night next turn.
Will Adam and I correctly keep track of day-night throughout the rest of this game? Okay, people are doubting us. Let's see if Adam and I can pull this off. All right, Phyrexian Dragon Engine attacking. I will take 4. Okay, next land drop is a plateau. Adam needs to cast a spell or it will become night. So there's not much, I mean, passing the turn without playing a spell would be pretty bad. Enlightened Tutor. Adam will search for an artifact or enchantment, put it on top of the library. What do we want here? Is that Goblin Crater Maker?
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Looks like Grindstone has been pulled to the front.
I was just gonna go for it. Yeah,
Grindstone on top.
Okay, Grindstone has been selected. It will go to the top of the library. So we've cast a spell. It qualifies as a way to keep it day. I'm going to play Nurturing Peatland as land for turn.
Attack for 2.
15. No, 14.
Oh, yeah. Good catch. After that, I'm done.
All right, so attacking for 3, then passing the turn. It looks like it will become night. Outland Liberator transforms into the frenzied whatever.
3. Yep. You can still sack it to do a thing. Okay.
Frenzied Trap Breaker. I like knowing the backside names. That's a big thing for me.
That's awful, man. I'm sorry.
So now it is night. So how does it become day again? On your own turn, a player needs to cast 2 or more spells. And if you had drafted Midnight Hunt, you would know that already. These people. Okay, here is Grindstone, which we knew about. There is a Painter's Servant in hand. It looks like also an Imperial Recruiter in hand. All right, Painter. I I do have Outland Liberator on the table, as all of you know, which is now Frenzied Trapbreaker. The color named is blue, and now it will become day. Looks like I'm holding a Swords to Plowshares.
Swing.
I'll take 4.
Double strike, 2 power, not too bad. End step, we're going to Swords Painter. Painter gone.
Yeah, I'm not sure they like tell you at the end. I was like, Abrupt Decay or something last week.
Also Abrupt Decay on Grindstone. Okay, so clearing the board of some combo pieces. Becomes day. Adam doing a good job of keeping it day. Attacking for 2 with the Outland Liberator.
Sorry. Yep. Thank you.
No, attacking for 3. Sorry, got that wrong. Even in the playback.
Comes night.
All right, just passing the turn. It becomes night. Looks like Adam drew Grindstone. The other card in hand might be Ensnaring Bridge, which is interesting. Frenzied Trapbreaker is a 3/3.
2 cards in hand?
2 cards in hand, so my Frenzied Trapbreaker would not even be able to attack, which is a bummer.
End step. Cast once upon a time.
Okay, we move to the end step. Once Upon a Time getting cast here. Rampaging Yaoguai is found. Another card that Legacy players don't even know exists, I think. I don't know. It's a nasty one. Did you test Rampaging Yaoguai in your Green Sun Zenith deck, chat? Probably not. Did they test that card for 1v1? Does anybody know? Rampaging Yaoguai? I don't know if it was tested. Here's Elvish Reclaimer. So 2 cards in Adam's hand. Ensnaring Bridge holding back my Trapbreaker now, which is mildly annoying, I'm not going to lie. All right, so Pyroblast was just drawn, it looks like. Doesn't have any targets without a painter on the board. Well, it could target stuff, but it won't do anything, I should say. That is how Pyroblast works. All right, Grindstone. Some of you are like, wait, what are you talking about? Grindstone comes in. Encourage you to go read Pyroblast if you don't know what I was talking about. Good tip. Good tip. Comes up sometimes.
Swing.
All right, attacking with this 2-power double strike annoying dragon engine again. At this point in this game, I'm hoping I can get this Reclaimer to find Gaia's Cradle, cast a large Yaoguai, blow up Adam's board of artifacts. That's my current hope how this game plays out.
I'll take 4. Yep. Yeah, 2 cards, right? Yeah.
2 cards in hand still. Still night. So far, we've kept track of that very, very well. Impressive. We're doing a good job, I think. We're doing a good job. looks like I'm holding a bunch of cards in hand. One of them is the Rampaging Yao Guai. I can't make out what else is in there right now. I can't quite see, and I don't remember. Rampaging Yao Guai for 0 doesn't do a whole lot right now. Just going to pass the turn. Looks like Goblin Crater Maker was the draw. That's interesting.
No.
One of my favorite cards for the Goblins deck. Looks like we're going to combat. Attacking with the Dragon Engine.
Pay 5. Solitude.
Okay, paying a life to get a green with to get a mana with Nurturing Peatland. Here's Endurance.
Yeah, sure.
I'll target you. I paid a life, right? Yeah, I did.
Okay, so they trade?
Yep.
All right, the Dragon Engine will trade with Endurance. Finally got that off the board.
23. 23, yep.
Has double strike.
Yep.
Okay, that is Goblin Crater Maker now on the board. It is still night. I have found a Snow Plains.
Pass the turn. And you're up.
Scavenging Ooze. Exiling Phyrexian Dragon Engine. I don't want Adam to play a Soul Land and bring that thing back. That thing is very annoying. Scavenging Ooze will gain me a life and get a +1/+1 counter. So I'm at 4 total mana right now. I'm hoping I have some mana freed up at some point so Reclaimer can find Cradle, and then I can finally cast this Rampaging Yao Guai in my hand. Keeping a mana open so Outland Liberator could potentially be activated here. Holding off on blowing up Ensnaring Bridge for now. It looks like Adam just drew Lion's Eye Diamond.
More? How many cards you have?
3. 3 cards in my hand. One of them is the Rampaging Yao Guai.
Untap, upkeep, valid 4.
Just getting some text up on the screen of relevant cards on the current board. There are some cards that maybe people are not aware of. Adam's hand is Imperial Recruiter, Pyroblast, Lion's Eye Diamond, I believe. Yeah, Alzheimering, very good point. There's a new card from Bloomborough, a 3/3 with a similar ability to Scavenging Ooze. I have not been able to get a copy yet. I am not committed to Scavenging Ooze any longer. I want to try the new 3/3 from Bloomborough. And I'm really glad you brought that up. It also works better with the Radstag, which we saw in Game 1. I have to get my hands on a copy. The card is like 50 cents, and none of the LGSs by me have a copy. And I don't want to just order a 50-cent card online. Collecting all the Magic cards I need is hard, chat. All right, Painter Servant is found with Imperial Recruiter. But yeah, great point. Scavenging Ooze. As soon as I could get a copy of that new raccoon or whatever, it's getting swapped. Yes, and you don't need green to activate its ability. Keen-Eyed Curator. Thank you, Audrey. I didn't remember the name of the card off the top of my head. All right, so now it becomes day. And Outland Liberator is back face up again.
Go to 5. Sorry?
After you resolve.
So that's with that. Or okay, so that's at 5.
So Painter is in hand. I know it's there.
Attack for 3.
11 to 26.
I'm debating casting the Yao Guai right now with X equaling 1. But that would tap me out. Crater Maker complicates things a little bit. I know I could blow up my Outland Liberator by dealing 2 damage to it. Swing with Outland Liberator. It gets an Exalted Trigger.
Girdling, as they call it.
What do they call it?
Tap.
Girdling?
Oh, I guess we missed Exalted Trigger again. I gotta remember those Exalted Triggers.
This like holding creature. Okay, go to combat. Swing for 4.
I'll just pass. Go ahead.
Okay, so a lot of details to keep track of here. I was very much focused on how do I save Outland Liberator. The Crater Maker deals 2 damage to okay, we just updated for the Exalted. The Crater Maker can deal 2 damage to a creature, so I wanted to make sure it becomes Frenzy Trap Breaker to protect from that. And then I could sack Liberator to blow up Grindstone. Let's watch how this plays out. Painter's on the stack. Now, Painter's on the stack, 1 card left in Adam's hand. I don't know, sitting in the seat that I am playing the game, I don't know what that is. We know it's Pyroblast.
All blue.
I'm letting Painter resolve. This is going to be well played here by Adam. You see, I put my hand down now. I'm a little bit like realizing I made some mistakes here. Pyroblast on Trapbreaker. And mana from Lion's Eye Diamond, Hellbent now to activate Grindstone in response. Sacking Nurturing Peatland to draw a card.
My turn. Untap. Vial.
Yeah, you got that one.
All right. Adam gets that one. What I should have done, and we talked about this in the break, is sack Outland Liberator, Frenzy Trapbreaker in response and blow up Grindstone with Painter's Servant still on the stack. And I think I was so focused on Crater Maker, I just did not consider the possibility of removal in hand, and I just messed up that whole sequence. There is the possibility of Reclaimer fetching Talon Gates as well. I don't have Talon Gates in my build. Maybe if I did, that would have been a play available. But I didn't play that the best. And, yeah, maybe explaining all that so everybody understands what mistakes I made so that they don't make those mistakes was the point. All right, so Birds of Paradise gets played here. Lotus Petal, Goblin Engineer on turn 1.
Sure. Yep.
Goblin Engineer will resolve.
I will.
Painter's Servant. Okay.
Alright.
Yeah, Talon Gates is good, but I've been playing Helios 1, and that card has been really good. So, all right, Greenstone Zenith X is 2.
I assume that you need to
Skyclave.
Yep.
Collector Roof is, of course, found here. Pretty good against Painter. One of the silver bullets.
Yep, go ahead. Take 3, go to 9.
Looks like Grindstone was just drawn by Adam. Adam just continuing to top deck in these matches on today's stream. But Collector Roof is on the table, so we're on hold, I guess, for the Painter Grindstone combo until Collector Roof can be dealt with.
Attack. So before damage, exile. 5. Exile.
We'll go to the
6. Yeah.
I'm drawing.
Yeah, I didn't even think about you exiling.
Grindstone, floating a mana.
Response.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
A lot of people don't know.
Yeah.
They miss it the first time.
I was like, you only give it flying when you're attacking. You only.
Holding up red.
Yeah, just to fuck with my.
Attacking with Collector Roof.
So Grindstone for Painter.
So this is sack,
This
right?
is sack, yeah.
Sacking Grindstone here. And I will cast Endurance with the Goblin Engineer ability on the stack. Evoking. Pitching the Radstag. I don't remember why I evoked here over hard casting. I'm trying to retrace my steps, what I'm doing here. I wanted to get Knight of the Reliquary on the board. Okay. So Knight of the Reliquary.
One trigger, and then Nazi's turn trigger, bring back his features, and then cycling that trigger to return the features.
This might be the first time we're seeing Knight in this match. I don't remember it showing up in the other games. Oh, it did show up in Game 1. It did show up in Game 1. But Radstag's exiled here in Game 3, so we won't be seeing the Radstag. Adam taking a look at the sideboard right now, which immediately tells me that there's Karn Liberator available.
I validated on the last end. Okay. So your instant comes and Yorion's trigger, delayed trigger. Bill, you're trying to stifle.
Have you ever stifled a Yorian?
You are
back in.
Jesus, no. That's gotta hurt. That's gotta.
Is it one trigger?
You do with consignment.
Is it separate for each?
Sorry.
You do with consignment also.
Oh, yeah.
Simeon Spirit Guide getting hard cast. Pass the turn.
Yeah. So like in blink all your cards.
And then everything goes away. Yeah, I've only really thought about consigning the like Eldrazi.
Holding up swords.
There's like I bring it in against like Storm. Yeah. Like it's
Scavenging Ooze, which we were talking about during Game 2. Somebody in the chat should be Keen-Eyed Curator. It might be a solid upgrade from Scavenging Ooze in this deck. I just haven't been able to get a copy yet. Believe it or not. It's like a bulk rare from Bloomborough.
Wait, do you have consigns here? Is everyone playing consigns? I'm like, maybe. And then like, we start seeing
So there should be a raccoon in my deck, but not yet.
Float 2.
I'm gonna keep.
Fetch.
Yep. Yeah. My first keep, my keeping game one was really sketchy, but I was like,
Okay, so 2 mana floating from the City of Traders, which sacked here, and then we're cracking an arrow in Mesa to search.
but yeah, like 5 lands, 2 violence.
Right.
It was either genius or real dumb, and I think it was real dumb.
The saga would have been good, but
Yeah.
I just attracts it into the wastelands. So
Yeah.
Okay, it will be Plateau.
Is this each land can go right? Yeah, okay.
Yeah. That would be insane.
Adam was just double checking. Knight doesn't count cards in my graveyard, and I was like, no, that would be insane. So Knight is just a 3/3. I put a marker on my graveyard to show how many lands are in it. Right now there's only 1. All right, Karn, the Greek creator.
Sure.
Minus.
Yep.
Minusing Karn. What would be the most exciting thing to find right here? I'm not sure. Okay, Portable Hole. Pithing Needle potentially for Knight. Looks like Pithing Needle will be the choice to try and get this Collector Roof off the table. That makes sense.
Right, non-land permanent with mana value 2 or less.
Okay, Collector Roof has been removed by the Portable Hole.
And go ahead.
probably shouldn't go down.
Okay.
Okay, sacking Bayou to Knight of the Reliquary. On end step.
Just no land. Any of these.
All right, immediately presenting it to be read. Here's Helios 1, and I will activate Scavenging Ooze to gain a life, exiling Endurance.
You get an energy. Pay X every and just switch your non-land permanent with mana value.
I've had a few people asking about my build. Am I going to try Talon Gates of Madara? I would say the slot that it would be in, I'm doing the Helios thing right now, and given the current board, I guess you can see why. Could be able to blow up this Portable Hole next turn. Need another land, though. But Knight of the Reliquary could help.
I think we have to go like this. Throwing back more cards out.
Oh, no, okay, I'm just going to attack with Knight of the Reliquary here.
Oh, yeah,
Both attack card.
Oh, geez, I almost threw back the wrong card. Alright.
So 4/4 Knight, 3/3 Ooze, both attacking Karn.
I hate that I meant to keep with 2 lands, so I'm going to pull the 5. Draw.
My entire extended family's from Disney.
Hey, somebody count how many cards Adam has in the sideboard.
This is land and tomb reanimate. I'm looking at.
How many cards was that?
Oh, this is the card I had.
16 cards?
Whatever.
Yeah.
It's a 3 card.
Yeah. I mean, as far as 3 card hands go, it's still pretty good.
Okay, both creatures will be chumped. Goblin Engineer and Simian Spirit Guide are dead. Passing the turn, the plan here is to hold up swords. I think I still have swords in my hand, yeah. And make an energy for Helios 1.
I would have brought Purple Tacos
Karn will minus. Okay.
Minus the 4. I'm gonna have to exile that with the trigger on the stack.
Alright, so I'll get a
13 and then 20.
Grindstone.
Yeah.
I don't get anyway, but I'm gonna search for swamp I got.
So that costs 1 to give you an energy?
Yeah, 1 to get an energy, 3 to pop it. But it's just like sorcerer's speed.
Is that a surge foil?
Yeah, like I think last game you had 2 basics out, and I was like, there's a good chance he doesn't have any more basics. Like that's
because I got to fetch around Wasteland, and then it's just better sorts of pleasure.
Seems pretty blinged out to me, right? Surge foil.
No, all right. Well, I guess I refuel. I guess.
Yeah.
Pass.
And then how many cards do you have? Like 5.
Get an energy.
Yep.
Exile the Outline Engineer from your graveyard. Gain a life. Give him some counter.
Trigger. So I'll go creature.
Okay, made a land drop. Made a land drop. Okay, just gonna make sure Karn dies here. Attacking Karn with both creatures. Passing the turn. So, in the driver's seat here, I know Grindstone is in Adam's hand. Well, now it just was played. But in the commentator seat, I know that there's another Grindstone in it. All right, end step, Force of Vigor, targeting Grindstone and Portable Hole. Collector Roof comes back.
Just the place.
Yeah, the pink Mariah Carey business card is an energy counter.
Swinging for 4, 8, 10.
Adam will drop down to 3 after an attack for 10.
Actually, I'm not.
Noble Hierarch pass the turn.
If I drew it, that would have been.
Looks like Urza's Saga was the draw. That is the match. I got it. Force of Vigor, everybody. I felt like I made some mistakes in that match, and it felt like, oh man, I got caught some breaks there in the end. But GG's to Adam. I hope everybody enjoyed watching that one. That was a pleasure to play. The Maverick deck I've been playing, I've been loving. And Watchful Radstag, Rampaging Yaoguai, and Helios 1. Cards worth testing. If you're a Green Sun Zenith player, throw them in the deck, shuffle them up, and give them a try. Let me know what you think in our Discord, which is up on your screen right now. Join our Discord if you're not in there yet. Expecting big-ish news on Monday, I guess, regarding the Legacy Ban and Restricted update. Hoping for some positive changes for the Legacy format, Pioneer, Modern, all of it. I want everybody to be having fun starting next week. The Duskmorn preview is probably starting soon. I don't know exactly when that is, but keep an eye on our Discord for that as well. Stick around for a raid, everybody. That wraps it up for me for this week. Thanks for tuning in. Peace out.